Well, howdy tubers. Well, I'm down at Ft.Scott and at the airport, which is where I grew up. Of course, this wasn't here at that time, and hope that I can go through here and get out there on the apron. And that hangar over there is where my dad was flying RC out here, and this is my stepdad that just died last month. He's flying and hit the edge of that hangar right there. Wait a minute. Nope, that one's. No, at that time that hangar wasn't there, so it would be that one. Hit the edge of that. Which my real dad at the time had some of his stuff in there. Boy, my van got some pretty good mileage coming down here. Well, 16, and he usually gets like 11 or 13, but I figured it out. I had a tailwind. So, anyways, we're down here. Came down here because, my boy's always coming up there, but there's a fly-in in Webb City, Missouri, and so I thought I'd come down here. Let's see. Well, I'm loaded up with kits and airplanes and whatever because they're having a swap meet there. And so I stopped and got my dad that died last month, got a bunch of his stuff in here. Well, all these kits are his. And like I say, they're having a swap meet there, so hopefully I can get rid of a bunch of this. But let's take you into the airport here. I just came through that door. Now we'll go through this door. Wasn't anybody in here. There's plenty of cars out here, but wasn't anybody, or that I seen. Really, 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 really nice FBO. But my boy was telling me he was out here and he's seen this picture up here, and that's my zero there. And I know I had a chipmunk. Let's see, I can't tell if that has flaps on it. I don't remember if I had that chipmunk down here, but that could be mine because I'd done it in, and I've got another one of those to build. Well, it started on, and this could possibly be one of my sticks. And that's not my F-16, but I've got one of those to build. So anyway, Bourbon County Flyers, which I think I'll run over. I don't know if I can get in, but I came down here, heck, probably 30 years ago, and was looking around, and I heard model airplanes flying, and I said something. They said, "Oh yeah, they got a flying field right over just to the west here." And so went over there and checked it out, and at that time I had a hobby shop in the house that my wife at the time wanted to get, and heck, why not? So anyway, went over there and asked them if they wanted to have a fly-in, and I'd we would donate the prizes and stuff and our giveaways. And so we did. I think came down here a couple times. So just really, really nice FBO. That stands for Fixed Base Operation, or Operator. Okay, let's see if we can, let's see. It's a Ft.Scott. No, not a Ft.Scott Airport pin. Car log. That's interesting. Password. Well, we won't give you the password. So let's see if we can go out here. And I'll show you. Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
All righty, you sir?
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Thank
Is
you.
that all right if I walk across there?
Oh, sure. as far as
I used to live over there.
I don't work. Okay.
Okay.
I guess you ought to know that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So, don't know who that was, but, well, I'll just point at it anyways, but that's where we're heading. Right over there. Now, this apron was here when we were here. Or, matter of fact, they put it in while we were here. And that hangar over there was there, but it wasn't. I think they tore it down and put another one because that don't look quite right. But this big hangar was there, and of course, like I say, we lived there back. Well, the office is in the front, and we lived back in the back of it. But we'll get over there. This big hangar wasn't here either, and of course, this wasn't either. I dropped the phone, that's why this is, or was dropping the phone, I caught it. So I'll have to do this on Power Director or whatever it's called. And of course this part of the apron wasn't here. The fuel pumps are where they were, although we didn't have those above ground tanks. So that rotating beacon was there, and between these two hangars is where I kept my Shetland pony, Susie. Oh, let's see, I was going to say, there used to be, of course, probably before they put that apron in there, this used to be kind of a ditch across there, and we come out and find crawdads in there. Interesting stuff I've got here to tell you. But this here, yeah, this here was my mom's hangar, our dad's at that time, before he died anyways. So we kept our 150 and 172 in there. Well, I'm in the hangar that when I was a kid, of course, I used to play in here, but now it's got gravel. It was, I guess they call that pea gravel, just a little bitty gravel. But the guy, what was your name then? Is that all right? Adam? Yeah, Adam ran into, he's out here working on his airplanes. He's got two 421s. He's replacing the windshield there. He's AMP and AI. Yeah. So I'll let him get back to what he was doing. Yeah, the hangar doors, oh yeah, they're folding, right? Yeah, they used to be great big heavy ones. I remember my dad moving one and a snake fell down on him. So lots of memories here. All righty, we'll pause again. Well, now I'm in, and my sister will like seeing this if she watches this. Now I'm in, well, that was the door. Of course, there's a different door. We're in where the office was, and the Unicom used to be up here, and the office, I guess you'd say, was in this area. And like I say, there wasn't a door there, but there was a bathroom here. And so that means that there would have been a wall about, I guess, right here. And then back here would have been where we lived. And as soon as you come through that wall that would have been here, there was a bathroom here. Now, I don't know, and it was raised. So I don't know where the pipe or whatever went for that. Because it had a stool and a sink and a tub. And now those doors weren't there either. And used to come back, well, this could be the same wall. But it would come, I don't think this is going all the way back. I can't tell. Of course, that door wasn't there. But if this is the same door, there was a wall that split up, and right in this area was a speaker, so we could hear the Unicom back here. But I don't remember that wall there. But it's there. And of course there wasn't a door there either. And of course there was a ceiling. But I'm just not remembering all this wall. I know I remember that wall because I remember I had to go stand by it sometimes when I get in trouble, but it was fun. There was ants there, so I got to play with them. But this part wide off, my mom and dad's room was over there, and my sister's room was first, and then mine was behind it. But maybe I'm way off. But I mean, there's a fence right there, so I don't know. My sister will be arguing with me about what's what. But this is my stomping grounds. This is where I grew up. I think 421s is what Jimmy's got on Jimmy's World. All right, Adam. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Guess I'll go around this way. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't close that door.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Yep, that's where we went in. Of course, this fence wasn't here, and that pad. Hope this don't open. That pad right there is where the phone booth was, and we poured those, and this one here, and I know we put our names in there, which I don't think we'll be able to see it anymore. This used to be a lot bigger window there, and there was a bench that sat out here. And at one time I had a red-tailed chicken hawk, and of course you see where the apron stops there. Well, it went on over, and Senator Tommy Van Sickle had a Cessna Skymaster, and I just remember seeing Gertrude was my red-tailed chicken hawk's name, was sitting up on the tail. And I'd come out here with some hamburger and yell at her, and she'd fly over here and land on top there, and then I'd throw the hamburger out. She'd gobble it up. What memories. Well, you know, that might be the same hangar. That's the hangar that, if I can get, I thought of something like John Culler or something like that. Or, no, Harvey Hollis. He had a Piper Tri-Pacer, and we'd go up and shut the engine off and glide around and then put the nose down till the prop started spinning, started back up. And also we'd throw out toilet paper. So a lot of memories here. Well, this wasn't here, and definitely my my cup wasn't there. But this is where I used to have Susie tied up. We also had a pet skunk named Ollie Stomper, and he got loose one day, and we found a lot of his fur right in here, and we figured that Susie stomped him. So I guess he had an appropriate name. I'd come out of that door in the morning before I went to school. That door down there. And I'd be walking down here and I'd be hollering for Susie. She'd be out here whinnying. And I'd bring her some hay or a salt block or just come see her, see how she's doing or whatever. But I'd ride her all over this airport. That hangar wasn't there. Neither was that brick thing there. But, well, okay, that's the taxiway I was talking about a while ago. There used to be a row of hangars, one great big row of hangars over there. And my dad had cut a round track out there. He was building a stock car to do it, and he'd run it around there. And Susie would get broke free, and she'd always walk down this road way down there. There was a neighbor that had horses, and so she'd go down there to see them, and they'd call us and say, well, Susie's loose again. Well, I'm sure not everybody will watch the video or even care, but this is my airport history of that's my aviation has been my life, and so got God and Jesus there too. So anyway, I made another video. There you go, and God bless.